Hello comrades, welcome to Soviet firestorm, and I, a Russian Batman. Today, we shall work to defeat the forces of evil and capitalism here in Soviet firestorm with the tap swing and the regrip. The most important mechanical components of how to swing and generate power. I see that you have already met my... Why did my accent start going French? Yes, si, no, da. I am screwing up the accent, this is okay. This is my partner, Batgirl. Yes, hello, Batgirl. Batgirl, say, do not be rude, say hello to the people, Batgirl. Oh, it's because she is offended, her name is Batwoman, I apologize. It is okay, it is time for the tap swing. Away. Okay guys, today Batman is going to teach you the tap swing and the regrip. These are your swing mechanics. These are very, very important to a proper, powerful swing that not only generates a lot of power that you can control and aim where you want. Nothing worse than having a lot of power in a swing and shooting it in an area that maybe you don't want to go, because then you're just going to fall hard. And number two, we've all seen videos of people peeling off of bars. That's where your hands slip off and you go down on the ground, smack your head. That sucks. We don't want none of that, so we're going to learn how to do our regrip. Two most important things in a swing. Tap generates power and control. Regrip keeps us from falling off the bar. It looks a little like this. I jump, use hollow, tap. Regrip, tap. Regrip. I'm Batman. All right, so let's do our 60-second breakdown. 3, 2, 1, batarang. I don't know if we have a thing for batarangs, but there you go. So, most important thing is your body position. We want a hollow, which means not bent at the waist, but rounded in the stomach like this. So you can see from the side, in the back of the swing, and in the front of the swing, and in the middle of our swing, we're gonna have a light arch where our hips are in front of us. Just a little curve in the back, all right? At the back, you'll see my feet in front of me. Hollow, arch, hollow. My feet will catch up and pass me to generate that power. In the back of my swing, if you see my hands, I'm re-grabbing. This regrip allows me to keep a nice, strong, continuous hold on the bar, because every time that I swing right here, my hand goes down a little bit and then goes down a little bit until I peel off. So every time in the back of our swing, when we're weightless at the very back, we roll the hand back forward, re-grab from a new, strong starting position. And that is our tap and our regrip. I need like a giant fan I have a giant fan. We might need a shot of that later. All right guys, before we go into the details of our tap swing and our regrip, I want to talk about the most important thing here, which is what not to do. What not to do. The most common swing you see is what you were trained from childhood, and it is an arch hollow swing. Basically what happens is, for your entire childhood, you sit in a swing set, right? And you're like, yeah, and you learn how to pump. And it works really well on a swing set, right? You swing forward, you kick your legs. That's kind of the equivalent of your hollow that we're doing in the front of our swing that we just learned in our 60-second breakdown. When you swing backwards, what do though? You do your little butt kicker, right? And it helps because it generates a little bit of momentum behind you, a little momentum in front of you, and it slowly builds power. That will not work for a real swing. And the worst part is, if you search online for swing tutorials, the most popular ones with tens and hundreds of thousands of views are ones that will teach you an improper technique, an arch hollow. Allow me to show you an arch hollow. It does work. It just generates a lot less power and a lot less control, and it looks a little, I'm gonna try this. Hollow, arch, hollow, arch. Now this does work. Look how high my feet are going, okay? I can do this, but if I change it to a hollow arch hollow, look how much more power was generated on the very first swing. If you watch any gymnastics video online and you see giants, there is nobody in the world doing an arch hollow to create enough power to do a giant. Why? Because it doesn't generate power. So what we need is that hollow in the back, arch in the middle, tap the toes in front of you to make that hollow position. Now, you need to know how to do these two positions properly in order to actually do them in your swing. So there's a few little drills we're gonna do to make sure you have proper body position and that you know what it really feels like. So for those two, we're gonna need a good hollow and a good arch. Two good drills to do that. Number one, for your hollow. A hollow, remember, means we are squeezing our butt cheeks tight and rounding through our abdominals. You can see this slight round in my body, but it's not popping the booty out. There's no break in the waist. That's not what we want. So what we're gonna do is find something maybe a foot and a half off the ground. We're gonna place our hands, roll our hands back. Now you can see from here, my head's out. I'm gonna roll my shoulders up to my ears and squeeze my butts, and my butts. I've got more than one butt. Now you can see that everything is a little hollow. It's a little rounded right here if I pull Batman's little pooch up. All right, this is the position we wanna be in the back and the front of our swing. What we don't wanna see is that booty sticking out. Not unless I'm getting some dollar bills, okay? So we're holding all this together, and that is our hollow position. You can start closer and slowly extend yourself out so you really feel it in your abdominals and your gluteus maximus aurelius. That's a joke from a long time ago. It's okay. The other one is our arch position. You may have seen these before when you do arch-ups on the ground, Superman drills, anything like that. And what we would do here is we still want to be practicing grabbing our bar and keeping our arms by our ears. So I'll put my hands up on top like I'm grabbing the bar. My head is still in between my arms, and you'll notice I'm squeezing my butt cheeks and my low back to lift my arms, my legs, and now I'm in an arch position. This is what the middle of our swing should look like as we're swinging forwards. If any of you have ever cracked a whip, or you've seen like a whip be cracked, you have the whip in your hand, you pull it behind you, and when you crack the whip, it's not the tip of the whip that's going forward first, right? As I crack it, it's everything here near my hand. It's in that arch position as it goes forward, and then the tail end of the whip slowly, actually really quickly, catches up and passes everything else. And that's where that snap, that loud sonic boom, all of that power derives from. And that'll be the equivalent of our tap. So I'm gonna pretend real quick. Where's a nice little low bar? Here's a nice little low bar, yay! Right here, I'm in the back of my swing. I'm in my hollow. Now, obviously I'd like to be a bit higher in the back of my swing, but we're gonna do with what we got. So right here, as I would actually fall forward into my swing, I'm gonna leave my toes where they are. Can you guys see the toes, or is the block in the way? Get out of here, block! So strong, defeated the foam. All right, from here, what would happen in a good swing is that my toes would pretty much stay where they are, and the rest of my body is slowly falling forward into this arch position until my toes are fully extended behind me. Now I'm in my arch. From here, what's gonna happen is my entire body is swinging forward like this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze the crap out of my abs and right here into my thighs, and I'm gonna force this position for my toes to catch up past the speed of my body that's swinging, so that my toes, by the time I get to the front right here, my toes have sped up, and now my toes are the ones that are leading the way in this hollow position. When my toes pass straight up and down with my body and hit that hollow and snap or tap into that hollow, that's where all the power is generated. At that moment, I have to decide what I'm going to do with that power. I can hold onto the bar and just kind of whoop and fall back into my swing. I can let go, and wherever my legs are pointing, from my hip through my foot, that, when I let go like a lache, is going to shoot me forward. If I finish my tap pointing over here towards Coach Freelove way over there, I'm going to swing over and then land on his face. That'd be pretty cool if I could tap like 20 feet like that.
Good break.
If I tap my toes and I finish my tap where my feet are actually up higher than my shoulders, that is where you start seeing tricks like flyways, flyway fulls, double flyways, because now I'm inverted, it's shooting me up. I can tuck my knees and go into my flip. It's really important that as you create this tap, you know where you are pointing your power. It's like a gun. Only point it where you want to shoot all your power. All right. We've gone over the different techniques. Now it's important to know that you can do a proper hollow and arch actually on a bar. So for this one, we're gonna take, oh goodness, it's gonna look like I'm practicing for CrossFit pull-ups here. Whew, I apologize in advance, especially for you people that like CrossFit. Okay, I grab a bar. My goal here is not to swing at all. You'll notice I'm actively kind of trying to stop my movement right here. And what I'm going to try to do is go from my arch position to my hollow position without actually any swing. So I'm going to push my hips forward and pull my legs behind me to an arch and hollow, arch, hollow. You'll notice as I do this, I'm re-gripping right here in the back every time, a little pop, re-grab. I'm not really swinging, I'm just learning to pass through the body positions. You'll also notice when I do this, I'm not hinging at the waist. Hinging just means right here, imagine kind of like a hinge that opens a door, it's where it bends in the middle. This is the biggest hinge in our body. You naturally want to bend here. A lot of people, they bend over to pick stuff up, right? They go, instead of just squatting down. When you swing, it's very easy to just make the legs move as opposed to pulling in the glutes and the abdominals to go from an arch to a hollow. And that's what we need. Batman needs air. I don't know how Batman does everything in this costume. Batman needs air conditioners. Woo! Oh my God. B-boys confirmed. Dancing at the speed of light. Batman only furnishes his troops with the healthiest of meals. High caloric intake shakes. All right, now we've gone through how to do your two body positions on the ground, what it should look like from a hollow in the back, arch near the straight up and down, toes catch up and surpass the rest of our body in that tap and that hollow in the front. All right, now we got to put it all together on a bar. Now, if you just get up on a bar and start trying to go hollow, arch, hollow, it's really not going to work. This is not a starting position, should we say. That is for a thing we'll be going in the future called an upstart, which is how you go from hanging to full power swing with one little move. We're going to get into that a little later. So for this, what I want you to do is whatever your normal way of starting a swing, just get into your swing. Because if I jump on a bar from a dead hang, which is a usual starting position on a bar that's, taller than I can jump and start swinging on, you will notice it's going to look a little funky. So let me show you what you don't want it to look like. If I go here and I go, okay, here we go, ready, and hollow, arch, hollow, arch, hit, 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 hit. You can see it doesn't really work very well. So what I can do here is just do the normal butt kick to get myself started. All right, now that I've started, what I want to do is when I go backwards, booty, arch, toes. Booty, arch, toes. You'll notice I'm not trying to produce too much power, I'm just getting used to the technique. But if I want to, on this next one, by doing it correctly, you can see how much power Batman can produce if you're actually trying. Again, this is actually one of the most difficult skills for anybody in green rink, or what we call our level 2 moving up to level 3 parkour. It's a tough one because it takes a lot of timing control, body position control, and strength all at once. So take your time and start small. What I recommend doing is a really good drill is you grab yourself a little something. Maybe you go out to a park to find a bar. Maybe you've got a gym you can train in, anything. But the hardest part for most people is getting that proper hollow in the back and getting the timing. So what I can do, my God, this block is just a little too far away. Miracle, is I find something I can stand on. Even if it's something as simple as a folding chair, you take it somewhere. I get on a bar. Now you see from here, I'm not completely straight, I'm in my hollow, right? All I'm gonna do is let my feet step off and try to hold my feet here and let my hips fall forward. So I'm in my hollow, my feet come off, I drop into my arch, and I let the legs catch up. One more time, here I go, I'm in my hollow, I let my hips drop, and my toes will catch up. Now when I swing backwards, you'll also notice, just like I'm hollow in the back, arch, hollow, when I go backwards, I come down to almost straight or a little baby arch and immediately let my butt drive up behind me so I get back to this starting hollow position in the back. Hollow, arch, hollow, arch, hollow. That's our goal. Hollow, hollow, arch, hollow, arch, hollow, arch, hollow. Again, guys, this one is really funky. You will mess it up and be like, this sucks. I can't produce any power the first 5 or 10 times you try it. Maybe more. Always start small, get your technique down and slowly build power. Don't just try to and then get mad when no power is produced. It's just like when people first try a handstand. They try 5 or 6 handstands, they're like, this is dumb, I can't balance this. Of course you can't, it takes time. Just like if you throw your first backflip. You're not gonna land on your feet. It's gonna take some time. So start small, low power, Start on something you can stand on and just do that drill. Start in your hollow, hips go forward, toes catch up, toes go behind you, hips roll on back, and you can try to land back on your block. This is a very common drill that every team gymnast will go through when they start learning how to swing, and this is the one that's going to produce all the power, allow things like giants or big tap for dub backs, big long laches. I think the biggest lache I've ever done was 12 or 13 feet, and that one I tried it with an arch hollow, could not do it. Did it with the tap, catching it right here. You can absolutely do this, it's just going to take time. Once again, the last thing I want to remind you of is our regrip, and that is where we slide the hands back over the bar at the back of our swing. It is absolutely essential that you only regrip in the dead kind of floaty feeling at the very back of our swing. If you do it any point while you're swinging, and all of a sudden you take your hands off the bar, the hand is the only thing keeping you on the bar. If you let go of the bar or try to regrip while you're swinging forwards and backwards, well, let's just ask. Coaches, what will happen if you try to do a regrip in the middle of a swing?
You shoot straight down.
You dead.
Your power is pointed there.
And that's where you're going to go.
Let go, and then you bust knees up.
Yeah. And the worst part is not only do you shoot straight down, but because you are currently rotating, right? Your feet are behind you and then your feet are in front. If you let go suddenly here and try to regrip, your body is going to keep rotating as you fall backwards and you're going to slam your head in the ground. And if you slam your head in the ground too many times, do you know what happens?
It was like 3 notes, the third tutorial. Come on, guys, really?
Well, I mean, you know, that's what you get for existing. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, new one.
Hey, everybody's here. Everyone is here to celebrate with the best man. Very nice. This is Wonder Man on his invisible motorcycle. Is like Jet, but not really. All right, comrades. Today we have done the swing. We focused on the hollow, arch, hollow. We have done the regrip. But now, Soviet Batman must go to protect the oligarchy. So I must leave. Soviet and oligarchies. Those things do not necessarily go together, but that is okay, comrades. I must go. You must hit the like, the comment, the subscribe, the share. Okay, I will see you next week where we will begin our brand new set of tutorials where we are working on the free running moves. The flippities, the flappities, the twistities, the hippity hoppities. I don't really know where to go after this, so Batman away. You know what? Baby.